Look!
Listen.
Taylor.
Welcome to Look, Listen with Geese Guyera and Taylor. Every Friday there's a new episode. It's about Pokemon and other things. And Taylor.
Mostly Pokemon. Mostly about Pokemon, though.
No, it is. I've done the math. It is not mostly about Pokemon. It's mostly about your dogs or your adventures in Eastern Europe. And then there's about 20 minutes of Pokemon.
I wasn't in
per
Eastern
episode.
Europe.
Well,
Oh, yes, I
wherever.
was. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Geese, how's it going?
I'm tired.
No, nobody is sleeping.
I had to wake up at like 8:30 to get ready for the job interview I had this morning.
Librarian?
Yeah, I don't know if I did the best.
As long as you
don't
wear the
know.
glasses.
I didn't wear the glasses.
What?
though.
Oh, my God, Geese.
Geese
So you
Pete.
didn't want the job. You just wanted to tell people you were applying for a job. You didn't actually want to get hired. Okay.
Oh,
I was under a different impression. All right.
I should have wore
Clambos.
my glasses.
Yeah.
She's supposed to wear the glasses. That's the
Well,
whole.
I couldn't have because I was using my gamer headset for my mic because it's like a whole apparatus. I can't really fit my glasses on while wearing it. So
Does it have a bunch of RGB?
can't really see it because it's on the side.
I'm just picturing you going to this real professional interview, having like a little business suit on and everything, and just pinks and blues and greens flashing everywhere.
The cat ears. All right.
But I don't know, guys. I really would like the job, and I hope I get to second interview.
Everybody email. What is the recruiter's email address?
I'm not going
Everybody-
to say any specifics.
Yeah, don't do that.
The statement is too small.
What's the recruiter's physical address? That's what we need to know.
It's not a recruiter.
Oh, you're selected
It's-
by the books.
Well, it's like a search committee because it's academia. They do hiring based on like committees. So faculty and staff will be on these committees to look for people.
Okay. So answer me this. How many people were interviewing you? How many of them had robes on? And what was the lighting situation?
Oh no.
5, no robes.
That's so intimidating.
Yeah, it was.
What, for a first interview?
Yeah.
Geese over here in the Evangelion just hall of darkness. Jeez Louise. Well, I'm
sure you got it.
Maybe you shouldn't. But Clambos, email looklistencast@gmail.com and give Geese all of your support and encouragement for her getting the callback second interview. Hopefully she wears glasses next time.
Hashtag thoughts
I
and
will,
prayers.
I promise. If I get to second interview, though, it's a whole day interview.
Clambos, I would like to discuss today in the watch and play and eat and listening, not too much, because my big movie I was supposed to see was going to be today, but instead we moved everything around. I'm going to see Beau is Afraid. Now, this Clambos is one of those movies that apparently is very...
Decisive.
Yeah, divisive, yes. Maybe it makes decisions too, I don't know, but...
I'm so tired. I'm just going to go take a nap now.
No, you're not going to. But did we ever discuss... Did we discuss the Mario movie?
I don't
We
think
saw the
so.
Mario movie.
No.
That's
I
funny
didn't.
we never mentioned it. Taylor, you go take a nap. Golly,
Okay,
we got to talk
all
about the
right.
Mario movie.
See you in a couple hours.
It was fun. Some people are saying, well, it's not as good as a Pixar movie. And I guess so, but one thing about properties such as Nintendo, let's take for instance, there's a reason that Nintendo went for Universal Studios for making their park versus Disney. Because if Disney is going to be involved with something, it has full creative control over everything. Where Nintendo would rather have more creative control over everything, which means they have to go to Universal. They have to use Illumination instead of Disney. But I still thought it was fun. Lots of references.
I overall enjoyed it. I think the pacing was kind of odd to me. It was like so fast paced, not a moment to catch your breath or anything. I get it's a kids movie, so I can see how kids would really like it.
Yeah, I don't remember being bored, which is a good thing. And it may have moved fast, but it was also a very short movie. so it had to move fast. And it wasn't like I was watching Rise of Skywalker or something, where I'm literally holding on to my seat saying, slow down, stop.
What a movie that was.
It just went too fast, Geese. Too fast.
It really did. I think the best thing, so I haven't seen the movie. I think the best thing they could have done was have attention, like the very divisive attention around it before it came out, because it seems like it was a very middle of the road movie, very average. I haven't heard
No, it's
any.
fun.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like, oh wow, that was incredible, or oh wow, that was awful. It was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah, that's like how I kind of feel about it. It was like, yeah, this is a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, anybody who likes Nintendo games has a great time, and movie reviewers who don't have a history with Nintendo go, I don't really see the point of this, which makes sense to me.
How did you two feel about the, when was it? 92, 93, early 90s one with John Leguizamo?
Never seen it.
I'm sure I had fun watching it as a child, but I don't even think back then I thought it was good. Again, I've said it before, I'll say it again, Clambos. Children have no taste. Don't ever ask them what they like. They're not going to know. In video games, this week, I have been playing Mega Man Battle Network Collection, which, Clambos, it cracked me up because I boot the game and the first thing it shows you is one of those warning screens that they play in front of the old Looney Tunes commercials or Looney Tunes cartoons now, where it says
FBI involvement ones.
No, it says, this is a product of its time. We do not stand by the beliefs and values of the early 2000s. It was wrong then and it's wrong now. And I just kept thinking, what happens in Mega Man?
I think
they have to put this warning up.
They're getting ahead of the curve for artificial intelligence voting rights. That's my guess.
I tried to research it. I really could not find anything that was even remotely reasonable. I mean, there was a cool design for Tomahawk Man. Maybe some people have a problem with that. I don't know, but he does look very, very sick. I don't know if I'm going to beat those games. I always buy these collections, and I'm excited to support them. And then next week, I got to buy the Final Fantasy Pixel Remasters. Okay, Taylor, I don't want to talk about this too long, but I do need to mention Final Fantasy 16 is coming out so soon.
A month?
Yes, and I haven't beaten a Final Fantasy since 12, but I think I've beaten 7 Remake and stuff like that, but I think this game is going to be really good.
Is this a new Final Fantasy or a remake?
Well, I mentioned 2 separate things. Final Fantasy Pixel Remaster comes out next week. That's Final Fantasies 1 through 6 on Switch and PS4. It's already out on PC and phones. And then next month is Final Fantasy 16, a brand new game.
So Michael does this funny thing every time a Final Fantasy comes out where he says, this is going to be the one, and he just doesn't finish. Whereas I kind of take the opposite approach, and I just plow through them real fast. I can't think of a Final Fantasy that I have not beaten that I've started. Oh, Final Fantasy 6. And that's the only one I'm getting out of the Pixel Remaster. Very excited for 6.
You're only buying one? Oh my God.
Yeah, I didn't like Final Fantasy 5. I've played 4 to death. And then I played the DS remake of 3 and 1 and 2, I think are just really old.
I'm buying the collection mainly to support this. I need to make that message clear. Please, Square, keep doing this. Release your old games with trophies. I just realized, though, the version of 3 they released or are releasing now, I may actually play since I've only played the DS version, and I kind of want to see what it's like with the pixels. Although, like I said before, the sad thing is I'm going to play these for the trophies, but still, I think the GBA visuals blow this out of the water. The font work and the sprites on the Game Boy Advance ports of all these games, oh my God, they're so good. Unbelievable. There's no GBA port for 3 or 4? No, there's got to be one. Yeah, there's one for 4. They just also made a DS port for 4, but
have you played any of the Final Fantasies?
No. All
really?
I know is that there's something called Chocobo or something.
Or Chocobo.
You got both of us beaten. I called them Cocobos. He called them Chocoboos, and you're just Knocking it out of the park.
Good word, Geese.
Are they big chickens?
They're
Yes.
yellow birds.
And I will note that you can adequately pronounce that word, and you remember that one. So I expect very, very good performance today.
Yes, now.
Okay.
Oh my God. This episode. Okay, Clybo's jumping ahead a little bit. Oh, I forgot to mention it's a Pokemon. We're watching episode. Let me look at the notes.
9.
Yeah, episode 9 of 2BA Aim 2BA Pokemon Master this week. And I was laughing so hard during this episode. Just specifically for Geese. Who's that Pokemon? I was just thinking. I can't wait for her to not know. Okay, we're getting off track. Let's keep it moving. Eating of the week. I ate Dave's Hot Chicken with extra hot flavor because you choose your spice level. Added cheese, lots of crystal hot sauce, and as Geese already knows, God, it feels like this happened forever ago, but I went down to Dongle's, where it's currently Strawberry Town, and got their new strawberry shortcake McFlurry and their new strawberry and cream pies. The strawberry and cream pies are delicious. Strawberry shortcake McFlurry? No, thank you. Sorry. I apologize. Not going to eat it again. Oh no, Geese is doing the lizard eyes. Geese! What? Taylor?
No, you're fine, Geese. What's the best thing you've had from McDonald's? As far as seasonal things, not like a regular menu.
Well, can I answer what I got excited to answer first?
Yeah, you can do the excitement, and then you can do the obligatory.
Oh, the steak, egg, and cheese bagel is the best thing they've ever had, and unfortunately, it's not within my reach because they've never sold it, as far as I'm aware, in California. They've stopped selling it in Houston since the pandemic, and I know it's in Chicago O'Hare Airport, so I'm gonna have to just fly out there. I think gonna eat one.
Yeah,
and then favorite seasonal. Blueberry and cream pies are pretty good. I like those.
Okay.
Geese, please talk to us about what you would like to in terms of watching, gaming, eating, or Colts. Perhaps Colts.
Yeah, I'll begin with earlier today. I went to a former Colt site, now state park in Florida, Crescent State Park. As far as Colts go, like they were pretty like harmless, like during the like late 1800s. This guy was like, the world is inside out. We're inside of a globe. And then he was like, women, marriage is slavery. Leave your husbands. Come join us. And preached abstinence. And so a bunch of ladies who had no rights back then left their husbands, brought their kids, lived in Florida. And there was a council of women leaders called the Planetary Court.
Intergalactic Planetary.
Anyway, this state park looks like, what's that show? West
Wing.
Westworld?
Westworld. I saw a bunch of gopher tortoises, which was cool.
You were gonna say I saw a bunch of ghosts.
And okay. Oh, you can do this, Taylor. Gopher tortoises are from Avatar: The Last Airbender, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. So this cult, so obviously since they were like the whole abstinence thing, the cult kind of died out. But the last cult lady was like, I'm donating all of this land to the state of Florida as a park, which was good for her. So,
is that where Disney World is now?
Yes.
Nice.
Walt Disney received all the land from the cult in the 1800s.
But if anyone happens to be in the Naples area, Fort Myers area, you should go. It's free to go, only $5 for parking.
How did you find this place? Like, were you searching things to do in Florida, or were you searching cults to visit?
Ooh.
Well, the first time I went was probably like 6 years ago. So we have like family friends in this area, and like they told us about it.
Probably a lot of birds out there.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, I saw a indigo bunting, which was very exciting for me.
Is it actually indigo?
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought indigo was just a dye, and that was the only way you could properly get that color for a long time.
Sounds very sick. Geese, do you want to discuss any you're watching, gaming, or eating?
In terms of gaming, just continuing playing Stardew Valley with Aaron. It's just so many crops, and I can't play our save file by myself because I need Aaron to play with me because we have so many crops and I can't water all of the crops on my own.
Aaron?
I think next step is when we play again, we're going to buy a chicken coop.
Ooh.
So, in terms of eating, I got a pub sub from Publix, a chicken tender pub sub. It was very yummy.
Yum, yum, yum.
Do you guys have Publix in Texas?
I do not believe they do.
I've never seen one. I'm trying to think. It ends in an X, right? Like it's Publix.
Yeah.
They have those in Los Angeles, correct?
Not that I know of. I thought that was East Coast.
Oh, okay. I've seen one before, but I've never seen one in Texas.
Taylor!
Yes.
Please tell us about your watching, goofing, playing, listening.
Let's see. I watch a lot of horror movies. I watched Alive.
Hashtag alive.
Alive, which was okay. It had a lot of interesting concepts. I love seeing movies where they almost do something interesting and then they just kind of drop it. They're like, man, wouldn't it be cool if we made a zombie movie and social media and the internet were a big part of it? And someone was like, yeah. And then they do that for like 3 minutes and they're like, we're done with that. And then I watched this show. I had a weird reaction to it. So I was not watching it alone. I was implored to watch this because somebody won't watch The Wire.
Taylor.
I know, it's awful. I'm trying. Anyway.
I've never seen The Wire, and I'm from Baltimore.
Oh my God.
Well, I mean, just look outside. I'm sure that's pretty much what it's like.
WMD.
There's this show on Netflix called The Law According to Lydia Poet or something. And I'm a fan of the main actor. She has a really cool look. But I haven't seen a show that it feels very hollow. I think I've watched 2 or 3 episodes. And I just feel like I'm not watching anything. And it's really, really weird. Let's see. Beyond that, playing games. Wild Arms 2. Did I talk about Wild Arms 2?
Plenty. But you sound so thrilled about your games.
Well, because I haven't really been playing any games, and it's
well, you don't. If you haven't played any games, you don't have to talk about games. It's fine.
It's no Crazy Legs 3.
Yeah. Okay. See, I remember that now. Still cracking up about that. I think I'm not excited about it because when you play JRPGs and you hit the exact same wall in multiple at the exact same time. So I've been playing Legend of Dragoon, Wild Arms 2, Dragon Quest 11, and I kind of hit that same part in all 3 of them where I'm like, boy, this has been 60 hours. So I'm just not super thrilled. It's kind of homeworky.
Very sick.
Yeah. Started growing dill.
Ooh.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, it grows pretty quickly. I think I'm really going to go off the deep end with pickles pretty soon. I have so many mason jars.
Ooh.
What kind of zone are you in?
Auto zone?
Where the pros go, Geese?
Like, what's your, like, for, like gardening, how, like, there's different zones.
Are you talking about Sonic the Hedgehog, Geese?
Oh.
Green Hill Zone?
Yeah, that one.
Oil Ocean Zone?
Flat Plain Swamp Zone.
Let me look up mine. Hold on.
Okay.
You want to talk about steak, Taylor, while she's looking up returnal levels?
So, where I live, it's zones 6B and 7A.
Oh my God, Geese. No, I have no idea what zone I'm in. He's Texas. It's humid. I don't know.
I'm asking because you talked about you started grilling dill.
Yeah, you started grilling dill. Seems like you were 32F.
I just got a bunch of seeds and put it in some soil and make sure it gets light. I don't know.
What kind of soil do you have? What kind of horizons are you working with?
Oh, Jesus. I don't know. I should probably go to a library and get some books.
Put on some glasses.
This is way over my head. Just potting soil? Listen, I
So
have
wait,
successfully grown 2 types of basil and then killed them via overwatering.
So is this in a pot? You're growing this in a pot?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, you're fine.
What
I
Geese, do
thought
you
you
think
were
I
like
have land? Do you think I'm sitting on like a ranch?
Geese?
I don't know.
As long as I can keep the goats to themselves, I can grow anything? No, it's just in a little pot.
No.
Nice.
Very sick. Clambos, I'm sorry I have to jump in because I remembered that I've forgotten something. Taco Bell has just introduced, well, they've reintroduced the French fries, the seasoned fries, nacho fries that you can add to all your burritos, but
Oh, those are good.
what they've introduced for the first time is a new yellow bird sauce. Is this sauce expensive? Yes. Do my boys at Taco Bell often just give it to me for free? Also, yes. Is this sauce delicious? Clambos, it is outstanding. This yellow bird hot sauce they use, it's so tasty. I recommend all of you get a side of it and dip your burritos with the nacho fries inside for 60 cents and dip it into the sauce.
What is the sauce?
It's supposed to be a habanero sauce, but Clambos, here's the bad news. Here's the bad news. I say to myself, let me Google up yellowbird sauce because I'm spending so much money on this sauce at Taco Bell. I better just buy a bottle of it myself. Okay. This yellowbird sauce comes from Texas. Here's the problem. I bought 2 bottles of this sauce, 2 different flavors at the grocery store. And their sauce tastes terrible.
Is Yellowbird just the brand?
Yeah, Yellowbird's the brand. I thought this would taste like the Taco Bell sauce, but no, this is just super sweet and full of carrots and things. The Taco Bell sauce, the texture is completely different. They put a bunch of stuff in it, and it's just a beautiful, wonderful taste and texture and spice level. But now I'm there in for a penny and for a pound or whatever the expression is. I gotta give them all the money because I mean I don't feel too bad spending the money on the sauce, although it was very expensive. Just because Yellowbird was so tasty at Taco Bell that they deserve my dollars. But it is disappointing that I'm not going to have any savings here. I have to get the sauce from Taco Bell because they spruce it up and make it tasty. I don't know what to tell you.
Why don't you mix the 2 flavors you bought together and see what that makes?
But I don't like either flavor. Why am I going to mix 2 gross things together? It's going to turn tasty?
Sometimes it makes good thing.
I suppose true could be,
Yeah.
yes. On
2
account of
negatives
I
equal a positive.
hate mayonnaise, and yet I love ranch and raisin sauce and most Thousand Island variants.
And normally what I do is mix pork, mushrooms, and fish together, and I love it.
Somebody send me off to Poke News of the Week. Poke
Now
News
it's
of the
time for
Week.
Poke News of the Week.
Not too much for Poke News of the Week this week, Clambos. We have the reveal of a brand new Pokemon. Some people were theorizing that maybe it's not a new Pokemon, it's just a different form of Terra Pagos. Sorry, I had to look at it, make sure it's not Gapos. Because this guy's not out yet, but he's going to be in the DLC for Scarlet and Violet. He's a world turtle with all these icons on his back, these shells that are all the different types. So he's probably going to be a cool Pokemon. But in the latest episode of the Scarlet Violet anime, and by latest, I mean the only one that's aired, I think there's only one episode, we see a little baby form of this turtle with no big giant shell, but we don't know its name yet, but it looks sick.
Are there any Pokemon that change their type within a fight?
Yes, several. Too many to list. There's
Okay.
a lot. And then other little news, we have a Community Day Classic on April 29th in Pokemon Go for Lil Swinub. If you want a shiny Swinub or any of its line, make sure to catch them on April 29th. I have a shiny Swinub and Piloswine, but I do not have a shiny Mamoswine, so I will need to catch at least one. And then also, we got Blissey's coming back in the Terra raids for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Make sure to fight a bunch of those because you get so much candy and you can level up anything, Clambos. All right, that's enough of that. We better have the best reporter Geese Peep I have ever heard. I better be entertained. I
Can
better
Taylor do it? I'm
crying.
too tired.
I better be laughing. Taylor, are you up? Are you up to the challenge of being entertaining?
Well, okay, so I just have to avoid interrupting, hitting the mic stand. Sounded like I have too much water in my mouth for L's. Sound like I not have enough water in my mouth for all my other consonants. I'm good. I'm good to go.
All right.
Yeah.
You're going to Alice Springs, Australia, and if you click the button, it'll tell you.
All right. Alice Springs, Australia. Where's the button? Oh, hey!
Remember,
Look
everyone,
at
brevity
that.
is the soul of wit.
48F.
Thank you, reporter Geeks Pete. That's incredible. All right. Somebody please give me the name of this episode in English. Both potential translations, please, for the episode 9.
Poke News of the Week.
No, it's actually the episode we're going to discuss. Clambo.
Team Rocket Strikes Back / Team Rocket's Counterattack.
Which translation is more accurate? You be the judge, because in Japanese it is Gyakushū no Roketto-dan. Clambos, my favorite kind of episode. Quick, breezy, low-note affair.
Took so many notes. so
So
many
many.
notes.
Clambos, it's a bright and sunny day. It's beautiful out. We got Ash, Brock, and Misty just a-walking. The wind is leading the way, and we have Geese who's in the sky watching them, perhaps, maybe?
Latias.
Oh my God, she's right.
Batting 1,000. So, quick question. Did they ever start an episode where everybody's just miserable?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Okay.
positive.
Because lately it's
Dave?
just been sunny days and happy sighs and things like that.
Guys, this is the victory lap. He's already the greatest trainer in the world. We really have nothing to worry about. Although, maybe next episode there could be some trouble. But, Taylor, who else, what Pokemon is just with his little Santa Claus bag flying through the sky today?
I know this Pokemon's name. Pelico
Geese?
livery. Pelico.
Geese? The Japanese and English is the same, so that's not going to be an issue.
Delibird.
Thank you, Geese Peep. Delibird's flying around. Latias is very interested in this Delibird. What is it up to? Geese? Who does Delibird fly to?
Team Rocket.
Oh my God. We're starting with Team Rocket so early this episode, which I'm sure everybody is thrilled about because we did not get them last week.
So, are there other Pokemon that are invisible or can make themselves invisible?
Yeah, Kecleon, big time. Little
So-
chameleon.
Okay, the reason I ask is because Latias flies by Delibird. Delibird doesn't even notice it. And normally in Pokemon, what I've kind of observed is that anytime there's a Pokemon like hiding in a tree or something, other Pokemon just sort of know it's there. So I was wondering how it was that close.
Well, and Latias is a psychic type legendary Pokemon. I think Latias can get away with just about anything, and
That's fair.
she's fine. She's fine.
Yeah. Makes you wonder if she's making herself invisible or she's controlling everybody's mind a la Professor Xavier.
Could be. Who's to say? Taylor, what is wrong with Team Rocket? What seems to be the problem?
Probably hungry.
Yeah, they were hungry.
Always. Always. God, such emotional weight.
Yes, such emotional. I'm not one to watch an episode of Pokemon Clambos and immediately react by talking to Taylor and Geese, but I couldn't help myself today because this episode is nothing but geared specifically towards them with hungry Team Rockets and Latias, and the words Latias being said multiple times. And who's that Pokemon? It's Latias. Okay, Geese, what does Delibird have in its big bag of presents for Team Rocket today?
Some bento boxes
Yum, yum, yum.
and Pokemon.
10 whole Pokeballs. Oh my God, Clambos!
I was so, as soon as I saw those box lunches, I got like a lot of anxiety because I thought, okay, they're going to show them box lunches, and because I guess it's funny to torture these characters, we're just going to take them away. That's what I thought was going to happen.
But of course, that's not what happens. They eat the food and are very satisfied with all the tasty, tasty, delicious. When Delibird throws out the 10 Pokeballs, we see all of Team Rocket's, well, most of, Team Rocket's former Pokemon. We got Yanmega, Seviper, Woobat, Frillish, Gourgeist, Mime Jr., Yamask, Inkay, Amoongus, Carnivine, Morpeko. All the stars are here, Clambo. Everybody's so happy. They're crying. And there's also a big golden statue of Giovanni with glowing blue eyes that delivers a speech but then explodes. That was sick.
Kind of neat that he personally sent them something.
Where did Delibird have space for the big gold statue? Was it using Pokeball technology too?
Back pocket.
Geese raised her eyebrows and moved her hand up Italianly in a way to say, who's to say? Giovanni has declared that Team Rocket is now in charge of all their Pokemon, and so they start dreaming of all their other Pokemon, like perhaps Weezing and Arbok and Dustox and Victory Bell and Lickitung and Chimecho and Cacnea and Marini and Mimikyu and Team Rocket. Well, wait, before I go on, I imagine the two of you were you amused in this dream sequence, the voice acting for these Pokemon, such as perhaps Lickitung?
The only one that I took a note on was, is that Ludicolo?
Ludicolo, yeah.
That was terrific. But yeah, I mean, this episode I thought was a very high quality. Like, all of the animations were really good. All of the voice acting was really good. I didn't really notice the music too much, though.
There's good music coming up later. Team Rocket gets... Good segue, Taylor, because Team Rocket declares, with all their Pokemon, we are the Team Rocket Revengers. It's time to get Pikachu. And Geese, Mime Jr. is here. And how cute is Mime Jr.?
Pretty cute.
This whole episode, Clambos, you listen to me. This entire episode completely revolves around how adorable Mime Jr. is when it does the little emoji face of the big eyes twinkling. And that's what they ought to call this episode, Mime Jr. It's a little cute little face.
Oh, that's a Mime Jr. So, okay. Did you just say that was a dream sequence?
No. Well, wait. No, hold on. They got a bunch of pokes. There was just a fantasy dream sequence where they pictured the other pokes that they didn't get, but they used to.
Oh, okay. So Team Rocket's actually been pretty good about collecting Pokemon, right?
Yeah, they always get some Pokemon in each new region they go to, just like Ash.
It was very rude that Marini wasn't there.
She's probably busy. She's probably at a bird sanctuary or interviewing for a job.
Okay. How many Pokemon do you think the average collector has?
Collector?
Yeah. I don't know what to call them, like trainer or... I mean, is that what you would call that? Or would you call a trainer somebody who battles all the time?
Yeah, trainer somebody who's going out battling, collecting gym badges and stuff, typically. Based on the evidence we have, not a ton.
Okay.
All signs point to most people don't have a bunch of Pokemon. Why is that? Who's to say?
So, okay. If people don't have like these wildly robust Pokemon populations in their PCs, is there any like status affixed to that? Is there like, oh, whoa, you have 100 Pokemon, you're seen as a great person or something?
Yeah, maybe it has to do with money. I don't have the real answer to this. I mean, Geese can tell you that Lily, her family certainly owned dozens, if not hundreds of Pokemon, right, Geese? Mm-hmm. They're all just playing in the yard.
They don't own them. They're wild.
Those were all wild pokes?
Yeah, those are all wild.
We cut to the twerps. Now Team Rocket has decided, by the way, that there's going to be a diversion with Mime Jr. They're going to send Mime Jr. out and going to pretend that Mime Jr. is no longer evil. It's going to be a whole thing. Clambos, you'll find out. I'll tell you.
Okay. So last question. Has there ever been anybody where they say, wow, that person has a lot of Pokemon and I know about it? Has that ever happened before?
It's a possibility. I have not seen every episode, so unfortunately, I cannot answer question in a reliably accurate way. This day, Mime Jr. pops out of the bushes doing the sad little face to try to get the sympathy of all the twerps. But wait a minute, Geese. Who recognizes that Mime Jr.?
Pikachu.
Brock says Pikachu is wary of this Mime Jr. That's Team Rocket's Mime Jr. Jeez Louise. Clambos, I hate to tell you, but Ash has fallen for the trap. He looks at those little Mime Jr. eyes, Clambos. And then we see a sick Geese intro in a tree of whomst.
Team Rocket.
She's losing it.
I really thought that this episode was going to be about because it has Team Rocket really fond of their Pokemon, talking about the connection they have with them. I thought 100% it was going to be all about how much Team Rocket loved their Pokemon. And they were going to decide, wait, we love our Pokemon. How are we okay stealing other people's Pokemon? I won't spoil the episode.
Well, who's to say? Maybe in the future, who's to say?
Yeah, who's to say?
The intro is very sick. We get this muscle James. We get James and Jessie holding hands, running, frolicking. And they explain to the twerps, and this is a lie, mind you.
Twerps.
And yeah, the twerps. They say, Mime Jr. sold us out to the police. And I'm laughing. I'm laughing at Meowth saying this to the twerps. Very funny.
I was laughing about the police because it's just Officer Jenny.
Yeah, it's just her. But yeah, they tell Ash this elaborate yarn about how Mime Jr. is a traitor and we hate traitors and we're going to get the Mime Jr. in an attempt to get Ash to protect the Mime Jr. and the Mime Jr. lead it to all these scenarios. Team Rocket says they're going to attack him. So Pikachu says, well, Pikachu doesn't say this. Ash says to Pikachu, Thunderbolt, and they go blasting off. It's funny to me that part of their plan is to get shocked and blasted off, but
it's a very deeply layered plan.
Ash is crying about Mime Jr. Or saying, oh, we need to bring you to a Pokemon Center. And Brock, of course, says, hey, Mime Jr., could you put in a good word with Nurse Joy and talk about how sick and attractive I am? And of course, Croagunk gives him the old stab and Misty starts pulling him away.
That was such a good scene.
The trap begins, Clambos. Mime Jr. leads them to the first trap. Because I think, isn't the plot, Taylor, that they want to go to the Pokemon Center, but Mime Jr. keeps saying, like, oh, no, Pokemon Center's not this way. You need to go that way for the Pokemon Center. So they say, okay.
It's a very weird plan.
Wait, okay, so that was something I was confused about. Urgency to keep running, but I was confused about where they were going and why.
I thought it was the Pokemon
Yes.
Center. You know what, Clambos? Makes sense in Japanese. It's a cultural thing. That's the problem. That's what we don't get.
Cultural differences.
Yeah, but that's what it is. Mime Jr. leads them to Among Us and Yanmega. And, oh my God.
Among Us?
Yep, Among Us.
I've never played.
It's very good. Among Us uses Spore. Go, Ludicolo. From Brock. Brock sends out Ludicolo. Use Water Gun. Brock and Misty are confused why these Pokemon are attacking. What is going on? And then we get the first in a long string of, you could say, Scooby-Doo adjacent decisions, where Brock says, I'll fight off these Pokemon. Ash and Misty, you two run off and in some direction without me.
Happens a lot in anime. Like, that's a huge shonen thing.
Yeah, that's true. So Brock, of course, Clambos, you already know exactly what's going to happen, because why wouldn't it? Brock pulls out his Pokeball maracas from the outro that Taylor loves.
10 out of 10.
And he yells at Ludicolo, it is time to wobbly dance. And
Such a
what
good
happens?
voice actor for Ludicolo.
Brock shakes his maracas, says wobbly dance, and everybody starts to dance, including Croagunk and all the Team Rocket folks. And there's a good Brock song in the background with the lyrics on top, which is nice.
Oh, very good. I fall in love
And
so fast. Stuff like that.
he only started dancing and singing for a second, but Among Us is already starting to break dance, which cracked me up. And it was such a funny cut, like way funnier of a cut than I know Pokemon to have. But as soon as Among Us starts breakdancing, they just do a hard cut back to Ash and Misty. And it was amusing.
This
all
whole
around.
episode, I want to know if there was like a different creative team or something, because this entire episode is really, really funny.
Yeah, I also noted that.
Wonder who the director is. Some sort of comedy anime writer. Who's to say?
My elbow is itchy.
Why'd you put
Are
bugs
you-
on it?
Are you superstitious?
No.
Just a little
okay.
stitious.
I tried being superstitious. There was a year I made it like a week, like in high school or college, where I said, I'm going to go through every single superstitious thing and I'm just going to live as a super superstitious person. And I was driving down the street, a black cat crossed the street, and I said, it's not worth it. I didn't want to turn the car around, so I gave up.
That's so odd and out of character.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it would be kind of fun. Because it always seemed like anytime I saw somebody who really believed in that, I was like, oh man, what a life. That seems so cool.
There's a big thing in Hispanic cultures where women think it's terribly bad luck to ever put a purse on the ground. I experienced that once. Someone freaking out. Mime Jr. leads Ash and Misty to more trouble. And the Latias in the sky is furious at this turn of events. What's the phrase? Turn of events?
Yeah.
Yeah, turn of events, sure.
Is this the scene where they see Mime Jr. through the mist, or some Pokemon through the mist?
I think that's after the Who's That Pokemon?
Okay.
And Geese, I would like to ask you this week, who is the psychic dragon legendary red Pokemon, the counterpart to the blue Pokemon Latios? Who is that Pokemon?
Latias.
Great job.
Latias.
I wanted her to say Lapidus so bad.
Me too. Lapidus.
Lapidus. I was laughing so hard. There's a look, in the mist. There's a Frillish over the water. What are we gonna do?
That was giving me such Madoka Magica vibes. Seeing like the kind of spooky mist clear, and then just this clown face that's slightly sinister.
I'll give you a sinister clown face.
I was waiting.
Nice.
I was about to say Geese must be so sleepy because she didn't say I'll give you a Madoka Magica something or other. So Yamask is here too. It's all Team Rocket's Pokemon. Oh my god. They attack. Go Staryu, Misty says. And Misty says, I'll fight these water type Pokemon. Ash, why don't you and Pikachu continue running away? We will split up further. It's a great idea.
Like a filtration system.
Yes. Then Psyduck jumps out.
Yes.
Psyduck wants to battle Clambos, but instead, what happens to him, Geese?
The magic one throws his face mask on him.
Yamask throws his little mask, and Psyduck gets masked. Poor Psyduck. He just wants to help.
Psyduck.
Team Rocket pokes are laughing at him. Then we see Ash and Pikachu, but oh my god, Pikachu's getting vine whipped by a Carnivine. Oh no. Go, Infernape. Infernape, punch that plant. It was good. Pikachu, hey, Clambos, listen to me. Pikachu looks very cute being held by big ol' Infernape. But that's all I got to say about this scene. Very cute.
It's so funny because Pikachu's a very capable Pokemon.
Yeah, it is amusing that we keep finding him not just defeating the world. Oh my god, there's a Gourgeist too? Ash says to Pikachu, the Pokemon Pikachu, not one of his friends, Ash says to Pikachu, you run off with Mime Jr. and I'll keep fighting these guys.
It was very... The vibes in this episode were cracking me up so hard because everything was just like, the plot needs this to happen, is basically what it sounded like everybody was saying. And I love that.
Yeah. Go Hawlucha. Hawlucha's so sick. What a sick Pokemon. Are you kidding me?
Which one's a Hawlucha?
He's like a Mexican wrestler bird fighting flying.
Oh.
He's just so sick.
The word I'm looking for is luchador. There we go.
He is a luchador, yeah.
Very sick.
Then we cut to an adorable Slackoth in a tree. He's just a snoozing, just a sleeping.
The scene with the sloth getting yeeted out of the tree and just flying in the air, I was laughing so hard.
I was too. I think that's when I took my note, actually.
He's so funny just walking away. He doesn't even say thank you. Okay, but we're jumping ahead. Okay. Pikachu and Mime Jr. reach Stonehenge and a well. Geese can tell us all about Stonehenge, her favorite historical monument.
Is it really?
It's okay. No,
she doesn't like it.
No, it's okay. It's just It's not worth all the hype.
Wow.
It's right off of the highway.
Oh my
Oh.
Like literally right next to the highway. I mean, at the museum they had there was really good.
When you say right next to the highway, how many feet excuse me, how many
Paces.
meters are we talking? Oh yeah, paces. Stones. How many stones
like,
throws are you?
Like 50 feet.
That seems so reckless. Like, what if somebody ran into it with their car?
Okay, so in England, like, the highways aren't the same in the US. It's two-way highway, two-lane highway. So it's not like a crazy one.
Taylor, back when they designed this, they were just on horse and carriage, so they didn't know any
Yeah,
better.
but they've had some time to amend the.
No, Taylor, they've been busy.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's quiet, Clambos. Too quiet at Stonehenge. Geese, who shows up out of nowhere, out of the well and the trees.
Team Rocket.
And James pulls out his arm cannon buster gun Mega Man net gun arm. What does Mime Jr. do?
Pushes Pikachu out of the way.
He certainly grabs Pikachu. He certainly grabs him with his little Mime Jr. arms. And then James shoots the net gun towards Pikachu. But it misses Pikachu and gets Mime Jr. instead. I think maybe they were going to get mad at Mime Jr. for goofing at the last second, but Mime Jr. does his little eyes, so James, of course, forgives Mime Jr.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's a very funny moment.
Very funny.
Very funny. James said that Mime Jr. did a great job. Great job. Go Woobat, attack Pikachu! And Clambos, Seviper is here. We've seen Seviper before, but my God, is Seviper huge in this scene. Way
good.
Bigger than I pictured Seviper.
I was wondering the same thing because I was like, who is that gigantic monster?
Oh my God, Clambos, Pikachu's completely surrounded by all these Team Rocket Pokemon. But at least Morpeko is cute. He's just a munching on his food. Because as you Clambos know, if Morpeko doesn't eat, he's gonna turn into hangry mode and get real upset.
And if Morpeko's in an angry mode, we know what happens next.
Nothing good. Oh my God, Clambos. Every single Team Rocket Pokemon charges up to for their big attack. And Latias is very concerned about this. And then Woobat and Inkay just start beating the living daylights out of Pikachu, just punching him in the face like a gosh darn. They're just
to
punching
be fair,
him.
they probably don't see that as too violent.
They're just smacking him.
It's what they do.
And then Pikachu shocks them. And
yeah,
it actually, for like 1 second, the image looks real cool. It's like black and white.
Are you talking about the freeze frame that has all the Pokemon with like the off color schemes?
No, I just accidentally paused and I noticed there's a frame where it's all black and white. And then, sick. Geese, what does Latias do when Pikachu is in big, big trouble?
Latias goes into the avatar state and sends Ash a message that Pikachu is in trouble.
Yes.
Latias' sidekick tells Ash that Pikachu needs help, and then Gorgai sends, quote-unquote, the signal with this bullet seed firework explosion in the air that the twerps are on the way. James notices the signal and tells Jessie, oh God. Well, I don't think he says, oh God, but he does say they're onto our plan.
So funny.
Oh God.
Oh Lord.
So Ash runs over with the pokes. Hawlucha, oh my God. Hawlucha's so sick. Just shows Seviper who's boss, grabs him with his little talons, throws him. Infernape burns up the net gun with all his fire. And there are just Pokemon, Clambos. There are Pokemon everywhere. There's about 200 Pokemon in this shot.
This has to be the most complicated scene in the show, right?
Perhaps
Easily.
yes, perhaps no.
Normally
yes.
It's like 1-on-1, max 2-on-2. This one's just a free-for-all.
Melee, a brawl, ultimate.
Yeah.
The Team Rocket Revengers are here, and there's real sick music on in the background. So I don't know what Taylor's talking about that the music's not memorable because it's real sick, and they've got lyrics, and it's the Team Rocket song. Well, a new one.
I guess at that point, I mean, you're right. I guess I just wasn't really paying as much attention.
James explains the whole plan they had to Ash. I guess that's important for a children's show. Just make it real clear what's been going on. There are so many shadow balls being created at this moment, and all of the Team Rocket Pokemon combine their attack into one to attack Ash and his pokes, but they jump out of the way at the last second, and now they're all gonna, oh my god, they're all gonna hit Team Rocket. But thank goodness, and I don't know if Taylor and Geese know this, Clambos, you probably know, you're probably aware, Woowoobufet's whole thing in the video games is that it doesn't attack, it just sits there and waits to be attacked, and then it will use counter or mirror coat or whatever. So this giant attack goes towards Woowoobufet, and it, of course, just uses Mirror Coat or whatever move, to absorb the attack and spit it back out so it doesn't get hurt. But Geese, what does the giant mirror-coated, dodged, giant Team Rocket attack go and do to the tree?
It explodes it, and then the sloth goes flying, but he doesn't mind. He's just vibing. He's vibing.
He's so sleepy.
It was very funny seeing that level of animation and the giant combined galaxy attack, and then it just struggling to break a tree. I actually like that they did that because I'm so used to in different anime seeing just mountains blow up willy-nilly over the littlest thing.
What happens, Geese, to the Slackoth?
It gets yeeted, and Ash runs and catches it in the air. But oh no, Ash is gonna fall and hurt his head. But then Latias swoops and catches him.
Lapidosed.
Good job.
Geese, lapidosed.
That one too.
Latias is so angry at Team Rocket at this point. Just staring at him.
I was so scared for them. Could you imagine staring down a legendary Pokemon that's eyes are glowing and it's just like it looks so angry at you? Oh my goodness.
Well, I mean, luckily we all know Clambos. It's a children's show, I just said, so nothing too bad's gonna happen. Latias saves the day, everybody's safe, and then she psychic blasts Team Rocket off again. Team Rocket and all their Pokemon. Just whoop. Now comes my favorite scene in the whole episode, and everybody agrees. Slackoth, little sleepy Slackoth, after losing his home, flying through the air, he just sleepily starts walking away. Just crawling away. Nothing to say.
So great.
Then Geese, we cut to who on a hill, laying on a hill.
So Team Rocket has landed on a hill, and they're all lying down. And then they start to blame each other for why they have failed.
Arguing back and forth, Clambos. It was your fault. No, it was yours. And they decide, after all this, it's time to break up. And they start to walk in different directions. James and Jessie and Meowth, I believe. I think the rest of the Pokemon just kind of stare at them in disbelief.
It was a very weird scene. It was like, I'm angry, I'm angry, I'm angry. Okay, we're leaving. And that was it.
It's one of those scenes that's built for cliffhangers because everybody's going to type up, oh my God. Great for clickbait thumbnail titles. And then we cut back to the twerps and they're thanking Latias. But then, oh God, Taylor, what happens?
I was really confused because Latias got real scary again. And then that cool box formed around them. I didn't know if it was protective from Latias or if that was the mystery Pokemon doing that to them.
No, Latias is showing them a vision. That's all that's happening here.
Oh. What was the box?
Clambos.
Yes.
It is confusing. What happens now is hard to explain. But basically what it boils down to is Latias is showing the twerps a vision of her good brother, Latios. Is he locked up in a secret base? Who's to say? There's explosions. There's a cavern. It all looks very evil organization-y.
And the prism, the cube around them.
Yes.
What is that?
Who's to say? And there appears on the screen a big to be continued image in the most to be continued episode of perhaps all time, because now we really got to know who's in the to be continued. Spoilers for the next time on Pokes thing. This guy, I don't know if we've ever seen him before, but he is the most villain of a Pokemon movie I've ever seen. This is the design of all the Pokemon movie villains.
Just the monocle, the future monocle, the arm cannon looking thing.
Oh, yeah. So you Clambos better get excited for next week's episode, because we're going to...
How many episodes is this?
We only have 2 more.
Oh, whoa. I'm surprised they didn't do like 9 episodes and then a movie or something.
Yeah, you would have thought, huh? But I think they're skipping a movie this year.
So weird. This is the year that they skip the movie, is Ash's big farewell. And they're like, nah, he doesn't deserve a movie.
Hey, now. And then the episode's over, and we get a sick
outro.
In-credit song. What is it? Geese?
A Team Rocket song about them having a review meeting, which I found very delightful.
Yeah. The lyrics are great as well. Pada, 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 pada. They do those Japanese stretches that Japanese people do in the morning at the schools and the workplaces and the whistles. Very sick. They're dancing. Even their credits is what I have written down. Oh,
I agree. I agree.
Even their credits mention them needing food is what I have. Poor
Such
Tanner.
A tragedy.
The outro's good. We see Weezing, Arbok, Victory Bell, Meowth, and Wooooobufet. And that's it, Clambos. We did it. We got through the episode. Only 2 more episodes of Aim to Be a Pokemon Master left. I hope you're all excited.
This wasn't the last Team Rocket episode, right? It
Oh,
can't
no
be.
way. That's not going to be how they... No.
Yeah, okay, good.
No. Game Freak wouldn't let that happen.
Why do you keep saying Game Freak?
Because it amuses me. It makes me laugh.
All right, everybody. What do we need to discuss before moving on to the wrap-up of the episode and then leaving forever so Geese can sleep?
Geese, if you don't sleep after this, I'm going to be very upset.
She's going to be playing.
I'm going to go to sleep.
You better.
Geese, why don't you send us into the wrap-up? Geese has gone full lizard. Go ahead, Geese, with the wrap-up.
Okay.
God, I hate that she can do those gross lizard eyes.
Wait, what were you doing? I didn't even see it.
Don't do it. You kind of vomit. But
okay.
The thing is, she does it in front of Japanese people, and they're not used to lizard eyes, and they're going to get scared.
Oh, not like us Americans.
Do you know what I see on a daily basis? I can handle some lizard eyes, but...
I guess that's true.
The clean streets of Tokyo? God, come on.
Spotless.
And my dirty lizard eyes.
She does. She blinks and she like...
How dare you?
She moves one eyelid up and
you
down.
You move your eyelids and blink?
And moves the other eyeball left and right.
I'm surprised you didn't get kicked out of Tokyo day 1.
I know, right?
Man.
Stop.
Okay.
It just looks like you're winking.
Watch her other eye.
Oh, no.
No, I don't. It's okay.
Send it over to Keith for the boilerplate.
I'm so tired. Okay, thanks everyone for listening. You can follow us ListenCast on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for Keith for our artwork. You can follow him on twitch.tv/KeithSquared. Guyera.
Thank you for Keith. Thank you for Keith. Thank you, Canada, for your contribution to society for Keith.
Dear God, thank you for Keith.
Thank you to all our supporters. Shouts out to Professor... Wait, this is Taylor's part. Shouts out to Taylor.
Professor Boilerplate for Professor Ticklebits at twitch.tv/Professor
Boilerplate. You can support us, Clambos. Why don't you... Hey, you listen to me. Why don't you go to looklistencast.com and click the little button that says Spotify for podcasters and support us monthly. Thank you so much.
Good for grandmothers.
Thank you for a podcast. Recommend this family to your podcast, such as your family members.
Welcome. Recommend this podcast to your cat.
Geese, we read the question.
Okay, this question's from DrivingDVan.
Starts out with
Okay.
an apology.
Well,
And I'm just letting you
Sorry,
know, driving
forgot-
DeVan, we accept.
Sorry. Question. If you could go back in time and have a 5-minute conversation with the teenage version of yourself, what would you tell them?
easy. Just give them all the lottery winning numbers or sports team, just like Back to the Future 2, become a millionaire. Easy.
Bitcoin.
I don't even need 5 minutes.
Yeah. Run for president.
No.
Or win. No, you can't do that with
Win
time
president.
travel, huh? No, you can't.
Taylor's
They wouldn't elect
Taylor's
you.
gonna tell buy Bitcoin, buy it cheap,
Mhm.
and he's gonna have $1 million.
Oh, yeah. Great advice. Buy low, sell high. Easy.
Geese, are you also gonna buy Sola?
I would say one. Well, depending on which
Version
what
of yourself.
age. No, like what age? I'll be like, get on meds much faster.
Nice.
And make better documentation when doing research work.
The classic.
'Cause it's
That was
gonna
my
bite you
second
back
answer.
in the end.
It was like Bitcoin and proper documentation.
That's it.
Thank you so much, DrivingDVan, for your question. And yes, that could be from the age of 13 to 19. Who's to say? All right, everybody. I guess I'll go to the restroom. Geese is going to sleep. Taylor, who's to say? Probably move
Roast.
his steak around. Yeah, roast.
Yeah, got to
Yeah.
check on the roast.
Check the roast. All right. Geese is going to say goodbye 3 times, everyone, so prepare for that. I was laughing so hard. Editing last week's episode, end of the episode, Geese literally
Mhm.
asks Taylor a full question. None of it was picked up. Taylor's answer was picked up, but not Geese's question. She's just talking too soft. Sorry. Okay.
That's weird.
Oh,
Goodbye,
Jesus.
everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
One more time for the road.
Bye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Geese Pete. Thank you for listening to the Geese Pete Productions podcast.
Geese Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Geese Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.